And so they, once they got here, they created a city, made it a walled city. Now the angels, the people couldn't see, but because the Caligastia 100 were given bodies, the people of that time, the primitive people, they saw them and was able to interact with them. And this Caligastia 100 was put here to help advance the life of the primitive people at that particular time. The people at that time were hunters, and that's all they knew. They spent their whole day hunting for food, and the night trying to protect themselves from the animals, untamed animals that were around and about them. So it was survival of the fittest. If the people weren't fit enough, the animals killed them, or vice versa. It was literally a fight for life. And so the Caligastia 100 came down and taught them how to be farmers and taught them how to protect themselves. And so, and these 100, the Caligastia 100, came down here to help us evolve. And they came down here with the intentions of helping us evolve. And they did a good job for thousands of years in helping us evolve. But you have to know that these 100 volunteers were also known as the mighty men of old, the Nephilim, or the fallen angels. But before they went into sin, they were doing an outstanding job helping us. And here's the name of the 10 leaders. Ang, and I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but it's A-N-G. He helped preside over food, water, clothes, material advancement of the human species. The great advances were methods of food storage. Food was preserved by cooking, drying, and smoking. That's what he did. Bon, he was in charge of the Board of Animal Domestication. He helped them domesticate animals for transporting themselves, and how to supply feed to the animals, and the animals were used to cultivate the soil. Bon helped do that. And then there was actually Bon was successful in training passenger birds. They were the great fondors. They became extinct more than 30,000 years ago, but these birds, they actually got on, and the birds would fly them wherever they wanted to go. That's how big these birds were. And Bon helped domesticate those birds. And, you know, if you look into history, and you look far enough back in history, you'll see that these birds come into I just, you know, I found in ancient India these birds were used. And then Dan helped also domesticate some animals, and he built walls to protect against the ferocious beasts around the city. The city, by the way, the very first city was named Dalagastia. Caligastia was the prince, the first prince of our planet, and Dalagastia was his assistant. And the first city was named Dalagastia. So Dan, Dan helped domesticate some of the animals, and Fad was the one that helped build the city walls. And Thad also was in charge of education. He developed the first alphabet, containing 25 characters for writing. He also showed them how to use tree bark, clay tablets, stone slabs, and a form of parchment made of hammered hides, and a crude form of paper-like material made from wasp nests. And those were all used for writing purposes. And then Nod was one of the 10 leaders of the Caligastia 100. He was in charge of fostering industry, and came up with the first commercial credits that would not be improved upon for hundreds and thousands of years. Trading goods for credits. Usually, before that, you know, if you wanted somebody's hammer, and you happen to have a sheep or a goat, you traded the goat for the hammer, or, you know, whatever. But Nod taught him to use credits or a form of money in lieu of, you know, a physical object. And so he started what we now use as money. He was the one that created that, Nod. And also in the Bible, you heard of the land of Nod, Nordites. That's Nod. Hap. Hap was in charge of revealed religion. And he started, taught the people about God, and and they were actually taught about all the inhabited worlds out there, and Hap helped them recite the Father's Prayer. And Lut, L-U-T, Lut, he was head of the health and life. He helped them with sanitation and personal hygiene. And so there you have 10 people, 10 names of the Caligastia 100, the mighty men of old, the Nephilim, the Nodites, and at this particular point in time in history, they were doing great. Everything they did was for our benefit. And so we're going to leave it there. I think I talked enough. And so you have a nice day. We'll pick it up in the next video. I believe this is video 18. The next one should be 19. So take care. Have a nice day.